Okay, so a new day, a new hope, and a new opportunity to learn with IGP. So, hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to our Institution of Global Professionals International Free Webinar. So, thank you all for joining with us in this live session right now, and please stay with us till the end. So, my dear lovely audience, I'm your host, Nisha from Bangladesh. Welcome you all to our Institution of Global Professionals free webinar. Dear participants, we am proud to be associated with IGP as a global member. I feel honored and privileged to host this webinar. And it's my delight to welcome you all to our Institution of Global Professionals free webinar. So thank you again for joining with us in this marvelous moment. Dear participants, each time you can give a react and comment in our webinar, and don't forget to tag, share, and mention your friends in our comment box. And it's my humble request and pleasure to all of you stay with us till the end. So dear participants, let's learn together and grow together, because we believe that power is gained by sharing knowledge, not holding it. So once again, I'm Nasreen, member in IGP from Bangladesh. Yes, and right now we have our participants commenting in our comment box. Let's see the comment section. We have right now Sir Jervin. Good morning. And we have Ma'am Isaiah. We have Sir Alex Alvarez. Good afternoon, sir. We have Sir Joseph Nablas Lester. Okay, Ma'am Atia Nasrat. Hello. And we have Ma'am Gloria, Ma'am Cherry, Ma'am Rosie. Okay, we have Ma'am Kevin. Okay, Sir Kevin D. Guzman. Okay, we have Sir John Kinney. Great news, sir. We have Ma'am Janeline Borja Mendave. Thank you. Okay, so thank you everyone for joining with us, and don't forget to tag, share, and mention your friends in our comment box. Yes, and we have right now so many new participants who have joined from different places, time zones, and different nations. So allow me to give a little concept about IGP. Institution of Global Professionals serves student and community resource, providing holistic social work and education for a period of profession generation. IGP is leading an online skill development institute with thousands of learners worldwide. We make it able to use for every knowledge seeker to originate personality, more ambitious, be confident to face any circumstance and develop their own skills. And we are entrusted with international recognition. Institute of Global Professionals is an educational institution provides social work. We believe that it's not effective to increase one's skills just by acquiring formal education. So we provide effective training and consultation to generate profession generation all over the world. We organized our webinar, training, offline online courses, etc. by best and trained speakers, coaches from all over the world to create a vast learning platform for all of you. And our mission is to empower people and enhance. And we have successfully completed our 616 member webinar. And today I'm presenting webinar number 670. The topic is community engagement. So dear participants, let's start our program with IGP's mantra or slogan, that is feed your skills. Okay. So, dear participants, don't forget to give a thumbs up to our Facebook official page and subscribe our YouTube channel. You can also share this live program in your timeline Facebook groups, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn also. Yes, so right now we have Ma'am Jacqueline Bessa. Thank you for joining, ma'am. We have Ma'am Maria. Okay, we have Ma'am Geraldine. We have Sir Napoleon Tersalino. So thank you all for joining. Okay, so let's welcome our honorable speaker from Philippines, Sir Gregorio Bilori Angeles Jr. He's an assistant professor, coordinator, extension services in Catanduanes State University. So let's welcome our honorable speaker. Hello, sir. Good afternoon. Can you hear me, sir? Okay, I think because of technical problem. Okay, so we will wait for our speaker. So in the meantime, you can comment in our comment box and you can share this in your timeline. Okay, thank you, ma'am, Janeline Borja, for mentioning your friends. Good afternoon, Miss J. Good afternoon, Ma'am Sheila. Yes, we are waiting for our speaker. Okay.
Good
Hello,
afternoon.
sir. Good afternoon, sir. Okay. So I'm going to share your PowerPoint slide, sir.
Good afternoon from the Philippines. So thank you for your introduction, ma'am.
Okay,
So I
sir.
am from the Philippines, and yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Sorry. Okay. So my topic is all about community engagement, the third pillar of the higher education institution, which is the extension services. So may I present the community engagement in higher education? So the foundations of community engagement in higher education as faculty members or extension workers, sorry. So the foundations, community engagement, the foundations of community engagement and higher education. So as faculty next month, next slide, ma'am. So may I present the community engagement and higher education. So next, ma'am. The foundations of community engagement and higher education. As faculty members or extension workers, since it deals with community engagement that is sensitive to the unique needs and conditions of a higher education setting. In higher education, you need not only consider partner communities as your stakeholders, but you must include administrators, faculty members, students, and other academic and administrative personnel as important stakeholders in your community engagement efforts. We have to bring all our stakeholders together into a coherent understanding of community engagement and unified actions that are complementary to the teaching and research trust of higher education. In this way, community engagement can be further institutionalized in your educational institution. Next one. The objectives and expected outcomes out of this discussion. We have to differentiate community engagement from the traditional concept of extension service. We have to review a school's faculty staff development program in relation to community engagement. We have to examine a community engagement intervention using the principles of community development. We have to assess the quality of partnership and people's participation in a community engagement. Map out a school's quadrant of community engagement. Measure the level of institutionalization of a school's community engagement program and provide recommendations for the strengthening of a school's community engagement program. Next, ma'am. Community engagement and higher education. So, the global popularity of the world university rankings has kept the eyes of many HEIs all over the world focused on the internationalization of teaching and research. But one crucial aspect and function of higher education seems to be left out, that is the vital role of extension services. Literally, the term extension implies something which is increased or added to something else. Historically, in the beginning of the 19th century, extension service began in American land grant HAIs, which conveyed extending resources in order to solve public needs through non-formal and non-credit programs, especially in the context of agriculture and rural development, according to Shields of 2006. Thus, this started the tradition of extension service among HAIs all over the world, in which they provide their expertise to society and to reach out extend the resources to help address and solve public needs and concerns, according to O'Meara and Jagger of 2016. Next, ma'am. Next, ma'am. However, other scholars, including O'Meara and Jigger of 2016, have critiqued this traditional concept and practice of extension service, which is seen to foster an one-way transfer of knowledge, expertise, and service from higher education to communities, according to Ward and Wolfendev of 2000. This reinforces stereotypes that communities are helpless and in need of external others, and thus perpetuates dominant power relations embedded in unequal partnerships between the extension service providers and extension service receivers. Therefore, this kind of extension service reinforces the idea of academics as experts and continues to place them within a position of power to transform communities within their own lenses and experiences, according to Nodal San and Daughtry of 2011. Next month. Because of such critics over the years, people's empowerment, participation, and collective action have emphasized when it comes to positive social change. This is This emphasis has transformed extension service in academia, in which the term community engagement is now being used in lieu of extension service. Community engagement veers away from the one way transfer of knowledge, expertise, and service towards the collaboration between or among institutions of higher education and their larger communities, either be a local, regional, state, national, global, for the mutually beneficial exchange of knowledge and resources in a context of partnership and reciprocity, according to Driscoll of 2009. Next, ma'am. These are the four mutually reinforcing elements of a community engagement. First is collaboration. HEIs and communities are expected to work together in order to achieve or do something on what they have agreed upon. Second, mutually beneficial exchange of knowledge and resources. This means that HEIs are not only the entities that transmit knowledge and resources for the benefit of communities, but communities also transmit their local knowledge and resources for the benefit of HEIs. Partnership. The collaboration between HEIs and communities require a formal agreement solidifying their commitment to work together on equal footing with each other. Sometimes it is also called as partner communities. Next, we also have the reciprocity. It refers to the recognition, respect, and valuing of the knowledge, perspective, and resources that each partner contributes to the collaboration, according to Janke and Shelton of 2011. Next, ma'am. Next. Mhm. Next, ma'am. Given the above, given the above mentioned definition of community engagement, research findings show that HEIs who put this into practice are able to enrich the scholarship, research, and creative activity of their faculty, are able to enhance their overall school curriculum, teaching and learning, which are more attuned to their surrounding communities and are able to prepare their students to become well rounded and engaged citizens, according to Norris and Weiss of 2019. Because of this, there is a growing movement among academics in the different parts of the world for community engagement to be strengthened among HEIs. This is because, as Pasquarela of 2018 argues, higher education today needs to cultivate the voice and active public participation of the next generations of citizens who can address the worsening problems of climate change, the rise of authoritarian regime, and the destruction of the environment. Sometimes it is also called a triple pandemic. According to Cantor, an Englot of 2014 also add that community engagement is needed to cultivate the voice, talent, and active public participation of the next generation of local citizens in a global world because our society depends upon it. However, such a movement comes with a precedent as the Campus Compact was founded in the United States in 1985. The Philippine Association of Extension Program Implementers Incorporated in 1989, and the Tilleries Network in France in 2005, to name a few. These organized groups intend to create, one way or another, robust support structures for the institutionalization of community engagement, which includes training faculty members or extension workers on how to integrate community work into their teaching and research, and the institutional will to make civic rules and social responsibilities a priority in order to build a global movement of engaged universities. These efforts to push for the institutionalization of community engagement in higher education have led the Times Higher Education to introduce for the first time in 2019 the University Impact Ranking. This is a new ranking system to capture a university's impact on society based on the institution's success in delivering selected targets of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. As such, it explains that the agency now compares the performance of universities using carefully calibrated indicators to provide comprehensive and balanced comparison across three broad areas, which are one, research, outreach, and stewardship. This new form of university ranking now gives equal prestige to applied research, designed to help tackle social and economic problems locally and globally, rather than just awarding academics for publication and high citations in their chosen field of study, according to O'Malley and Michel of 2019. Thus, given this recent development in globally mainstreaming the importance of community engagement and higher education, it is a must for Philippine universities to put a premium on their community engagement efforts, just like the way they put a premium to teaching and research. Through a highly institutionalized community engagement, Philippine universities can free themselves from the prejudice of being seen as ivory towers, especially in this period where there is a festering trend of anti-intellectualism. Also, through highly institutionalized community engagement, they can be assured that they are able to produce graduates who have strong democratic values and civic responsibility, who are inspired to address critical societal issues, and are willing to work towards the common good according to Abiner and Ma of 2020. Next, Mom. History of community engagement in Philippine higher education. In the Philippines, the beginning of community engagement institutionalization, more popularly known as extension work, followed the land grant setup of the United States according to TOHOS of 2010, explains that it quite similar in intent to the original concept, which is to aid in increasing agricultural productivity, but later on, it evolved into extending the university, which means adding other branches or campuses in the provinces. As time passed, extension services for both public and private HEIs became similar and expanded in scope to include a wide range of interventions for low income communities, such as medical and dental missions, pre legal aid, and adult literacy. 1989, the Philippine Association of Extension Program Implementers Incorporated, or the PAPE, was founded at the Technological University of the Philippines with 52 initial members that cut across different public and private HEIs, government, and other non-government organizations. Next, ma'am. Efforts to further institutionalize extension service in Philippine chartered state universities and colleges were made through the Higher Education Modernization Act of 1997, RA 8292, whereby extension was declared as one of the threefold functions of any state university or college. In 2008, the Philippine Commission on Higher Education stepped in and made the first attempt to define extension through their CHED Memorandum Order Number 8, Series of 2008. In this CMO, CHED stipulates that an extension program of public and private HEIs should have the following components: training programs which are non-degree and non-credit, technical assistance and advisory services, third, communication information services, fourth, community outreach activities like provision of social services, and 5. Technology transfer to stimulate the development of small and medium scale enterprises. Next month. More recently, CHED redefined extension through CMO number 52 series of 2016, where it states that extension is about systematic transfer of technology and innovation of information generated by HEIs and its partners to seek solutions to specific development concerns. It is a purpose specific, target specific, need specific program of action utilizing the best available data, science, and evidence from a range of disciplines to inform systematic approaches to developmental solutions. All of this means that CHED wants extension to be an avenue towards making HEIs contribute to national development. Accreditation serves as one of the prerequisites of CHED to grant HEIs an autonomous status and have their academic programs credited as either centers of development or centers of excellence. With it comes funding support from the government. Next month. The principles of community engagement. It is fundamentally anchored on the principles of CD, or the community development, and CO, community organizing. The International Association for Community Development of 2016 defines community development is a practice-based profession and an academic discipline that promotes participative democracy, sustainable development, rights, economic opportunity, equality, and social justice through the organization, education, and empowerment of people within their communities, whether this be of locality, identity, or interest in urban and rural settings. Next, ma'am. This is the figure of the principles of community development according to Abner of 2011. So we have the spirituality, the state and society synergy. We have to be gender's responsiveness, the local governance, the term empowerment, participation, sustainability, collective action, so that community development as can be utilized. Next, ma'am. Core level. This includes the principles of empowerment, participation, and collective action. Empowerment, enabling communities to increase control over their lives. Participation, involvement of people and a community in projects to solve their own problems. And collective action, involving the community to voluntarily engage in common action to pursue a shared interest. Next month. Meso level. This includes the principles of local governance, gender awareness, and sustainability. Local governance is public management of community affairs by the people belonging in the concerned locality through taking part in decision making that would ultimately respond more proactively to their concerns. Gender awareness, enabling the community to understand the traditional gender rules of men and women and how this has affected women's needs in comparison to the needs of men. Sustainability, communities are empowered to promote sustainable living, that is, the practice of reducing demand for natural resources by making sure that people replace what they use to be the best of their ability. Next one. Macro level. This includes the principles of state and society synergy, gender responsiveness, and disaster risk resilience. State and society synergy, communities and state agencies need each other. Strong government bureaucracies are beneficial to communities, while organized communities with high levels of social capital is an advantage for government bureaucracy. Gender responsiveness, enhancing the abilities of women and men in the community to contribute to and benefit from development by ending violence and discrimination to women and girls. Disaster risk resilience, sustained ability of communities to withstand, adapt to, and recover from hazards, shocks, or stresses without compromising long-term prospects for development. Next, ma'am. Transcendental level. This includes the principle of spirituality. It refers to enhancing the qualities that inspire people in the community to do what is right and good for themselves and for others by drawing on the resources of their religious faith in an ideal of being fully human. These four levels of the principles of community development serves as a frame to guide the actions of HAIs whenever they engage with communities. They resonate well with the different elements found in the definition of community engagement, namely collaboration, mutual beneficial exchange of knowledge and resources, partnership, and reciprocity. Next month. Community participation and partnership in community engagement. One of the dimensions in Forco et al. Of 2009 assessment rubric for the institutionalization of community engagement in higher education is community participation and partnership. Participatory development refers to an umbrella term for approaches that directly involve local people in the design and delivery of development initiatives, which could either be in the form of projects or programs. Development partnerships, on the other hand, it refers to formal relationships between two or more groups or organizations to pursue a common aim for positive change. These two concepts are necessary to practice to have a successful community engagement in higher education. Next one. This is the very essence of community engagement, which is participatory development. Who is participating? To answer this question, you have to properly analyze varied stakeholders in the community who have the influence and interest to work on the community engagement project. You need to study on how you can properly engage them so that you can eventually ask their help to get the participation of other people in the community who are most in the need of the project. Next, ma'am. What are they participating in? In this question, you need to clarify at what phase of the community engagement project are the people in the community expected to participate. Based on the development project phase of the PM for NGOs of 2020, community engagement projects normally consist of five phases: project identification and definition, project setup, project planning, project implementation, and project closure. The monitoring, evaluation, accountability, and learning, or the meal process, is present and incorporated in every phase of the development project. Next, ma'am. Figure 2 is showing the development project on the different stages and phases. Next, ma'am. So first is project identification and definition. It is during this phase that you define the needs, explore opportunities, analyze the project environment, and design alternatives for defining the project. The decisions made during this phase set the strategic and operational framework within which the community engagement project will subsequently operate. Project setup. The community engagement project is officially authorized and the overall parameters of the development project are defined and communicated to the main project stakeholders. Next, ma'am. Project planning. Starting from the documents developed in earlier phases of the community engagement project and during the planning phase, we usually develop a comprehensive and detailed implementation plan and supplementary plans or the meal and the supply chain, etc. that provides a model for all the work of the project. These plans are revisited throughout the life of the project and updated to reflect the changing project context. Project implementation. The day-to-day work of the community engagement project implementation is to lead and manage operationalization of the project implementation plan, leading the team, dealing with issues, and managing the project team. Next, ma'am. Project closure. This phase includes implementing all closure activities that need to occur at the end of a community engagement project, including but not limited to confirming deliverables with project or partner stakeholders, documenting lessons learned, and completing the administrative, financial, and contractual closure activities. Next, ma'am. Meal. This process is present and incorporated in every phase of the community engagement project. The components of the meal are the following: monitoring, the continuous and systematic collection, analysis, and reporting of data about progress project. Monitoring data are collected from a variety of different sources, including but limited to routine record collecting, questionnaires, observations, checklists, meeting minutes, and conversations. Evaluation. The user-focused systematic assessment of the progress challenges, value, merit, or quality of an ongoing or completed project's design, implementation, and results. Next. Meal this process as next, ma'am. Meal this process as mentioned is present and incorporated in every phase of the community engagement project. Accountability. The commitment to respond to and balance the needs of all project stakeholders, including project participants, donors, partners, and the organization itself in the activities of the project. Learning. The culture and the set of processes and resources that enable intentional reflection for smarter decision making. Learning is about purposely listening, asking questions, and answering questions to make smarter project decisions. Next, ma'am. How much influence do they have? Participatory development approaches raise important challenges for community engagement. Some participatory development initiatives place community capacity at the center and become authentic partnerships between HEIs and communities. Others limit community participation to a tokenistic involvement in which communities have little say on any decisions that matter. Some explicitly focus on achieving community aims, others mobilize communities to achieve the aims of the HEI. In considering participatory development initiatives, it is necessary to look closer to see how participatory they are. Several scales have been developed over the years that can be used to describe or measure the level of participation in community engagement initiatives. Next, ma'am. They include Sherry Arsten Ladder of Participation, or the IAP2 Public Participation Spectrum, and Sarah White's Typology of Participation. To know other variants of measuring participation, have a look at this publication titled Participation Models, Citizens, Youth Online. Each of these scales can be used to describe variants of participatory processes along a scale from less participatory to more participatory. All the scales also seek to address the question: how much influence do the participants have over the outcome of a participatory initiative? As Ebersole of 2015 explains, all of the aforementioned scales also arrive at a very similar conclusion. Participatory processes and community engagement projects can be more participatory, less participatory, or not really participatory at all. Next, ma'am. This means that faculty members or extension workers can choose the level of participation they wish to achieve and the methods they will use to achieve it. Some methods like surveys and public meetings provide a low level of community participation. Other methods such as workshops, focus groups, transect walk, and participatory mapping provide a mechanism for more direct influence. Remember that the most participatory processes are those in which the participants have a high level of influence on decision making, while the less participatory are those where participants only serve the interest and agenda of the higher education institution. Next month. Showing is the figure 3 of the levels of participation of Eversol of 2015. From the self-determination, community members make the decisions and control the outcome. Partnership, community members and development organizations they make decisions about outcomes together. Consultation, development organization make the decisions, but community members have some influence. And manipulation, community members have no say, but their presence is used to justify or promote others' agenda. Next, ma'am. Eversource of 2015 level of participation draws together insights from Armstrong's IAP2s and White's participation scales to suggest a simple framework for measuring the level of community participation in a community engagement project. The key variable is the amount of influence that the community members have on decision making. As a simplified scale, it describes the overall level of participation of community members vis-a-vis an HEI that claims to be undertaking participatory initiatives. It also describes the overall level of community involvement in decision making. It can be applied across many kinds of participatory processes, from participatory planning to participatory project implementation and ongoing processes of participatory governance. Next, ma'am. Development partnerships. There are four types of development partnerships. Project partnership, a partnership that is established to deliver a particular community engagement project or one-off initiative. Each partner contributes in some way to the design and delivery of the project. The partnership is for the duration of the project, from a few months for small projects to a few years for large projects. Funding partnerships, a partnership that is established between the HEIs as the funder while the community organization as the implementer. This may be short-term, medium-term, or ongoing, and they fund the on-ground implementation of projects, programs, or services by the concerned community organization according to funding schemes or policy priorities of the HEI. Next month. Strategic partnerships, a partnership that links HEI and communities in an ongoing relationship over a period of time, beyond the boundaries of particular projects, programs, or funding schemes based on a close alignment of their goal. A memorandum of understanding is often used to specify the terms of a strategic partnership between the community and the HEIs and what it hopes to achieve, usually after 3 to 5 years. Governance partnerships, a partnership that is equally long-term but specific aim is to enable joint decision-making among the HAI and its various partner communities. The partners are seen to be stakeholders in the decision-making processes. That is, they have the stake in the outcome of community engagement decisions. Next, ma'am. When it comes to notional logic, partners must learn to respect each other's different ways of working, whole culture of doing things, and level of their perception. interpretations, and visions of what constitutes positive change. Power sharing refers to sharing influence through valuing the human, natural, and physical resources that community partners contribute into the partnership. Power reversal. This means shifting the terms of recognition from more powerful or influential members of the partnership to less powerful groups. This is what Chambers of 1999 calls putting the first last and the last first. It first refers to HAIs and last it refers to partner communities. Next, ma'am. So, presenting to you are the figure of the quadrants of community engagement. Next, ma'am. Okay, for quadrant one, research and innovation, monitoring and evaluation to inform policies and new ways of doing things to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals. According to DeWitt, et al. Of 2019, research partnerships refer to knowledge transfer between academia and industry for the purpose of commercialization of new scientific knowledge, which includes copyrights, patenting, licensing, joint ventures, spin-offs, startups, and so forth. There is high relational involvement in situations in which individuals in teams from academic and industrial contexts work together on specific projects and produce common outputs according to Perkman and Walls of 2007. Next one. Quadrant 2. Technical and character formation as through service learning, internships, and volunteerism of future leaders, innovators, entrepreneurs, and engaged citizens who can contribute to SDGs and build a democratic society. According to StarSoc 2020, civic engagement in the context of HAIs usually includes service learning initiatives, community-based participatory research projects, community service and volunteer work projects, and other local community development initiatives aimed at economic, social, cultural, and sometimes even political development of grassroots communities. Next, ma'am. Quadrant 3. Continuing capacity building for sustainable employment and attainment of the SDGs, democratize access to digital technologies and improve access to HEIs. CPE is a type of education offered by HEIs usually through paid short-term certificate courses, training, seminars, or workshops geared towards a diverse public of professionals. The purpose of which is to enhance the knowledge, skills, and experience of these professionals following completion of their formal training so that they can continue to perform well in their chosen industry. CPE is called as continuing professional education. Next is consultancy. It refers to paid work undertaken by faculty members which relies on their academic expertise such as offering specialist opinion, advising on technical issues, or solving problems for the benefit of business, industries, government, or non-government agencies. Quadrant 4. Next, ma'am. Next, ma'am. Quadrant 4. Community engaged research for co-learning and co-generation of knowledge with communities to tackle local issues and result in greater ownership of local problems as a step towards sustainable development. Civic scholarship, or also referred to as engaged scholarship, refers to teaching and research by faculty members that connect the rich resources of the university to the most pressing social, civic, and ethical problems of society, according to Boyer of 1996. Faculty members direct their energies not solely toward an academic community or toward the life of the mind, but also toward pressing public issues or shared problems. The main goal is for the faculty members to make systematic and well-documented use of their academic expertise for the public and common good. Next, ma'am. The process of institutionalizing community engagement in higher education. There are five dimensions of an effective institutionalization of community engagement: philosophy and mission of community engagement, the faculty support for and involvement in community engagement, student support for and involvement in community engagement, community participation and partnerships, and institutional support for community engagement. Next, ma'am. The five dimensions and relevant explanation and components of the assessment rubric for the institutionalization of community engagement in higher education. First dimension is the philosophy and mission of community engagement. A primary component of community engagement institutionalization is the development of an institution-wide definition for community engagement that provides meaning, focus, and emphasis for the engagement effort. How narrowly or broadly community engagement is defined at the institution will affect which constituents participate, do not participate, which unit will provide financial resources and other support, and the degree to which community engagement will become an integral part of the institution's work. The components are the definition of community engagement, strategic planning, alignment with institutional mission, and alignment with educational reform efforts. Next, ma'am. Faculty support for and involvement in community engagement. One of the essential factors for institutionalizing community engagement in higher education is the degree to which faculty members are involved in the implementation and advancement of community engagement within an institution. The components are the faculty knowledge and awareness, faculty involvement and support, faculty leadership, and faculty incentives and reward. Third, student support for and involvement in community engagement. An essential element of community engagement institutionalization is the degree to which students are aware of community engagement opportunities at the institution and are provided opportunities to play a leadership role in the development of community engagement at the institution. The components are student awareness, student opportunities, student leadership, student incentives, and rewards. Next one. Community participation and partnership. An important element for community engagement institutionalization is the degree to which the institutions nurtures community partnerships and encourage community agency representatives to play a role in implementing and advancing community engagement at the institution. The components are community partner awareness, mutual understanding, a community partner voice, and leadership. Institutional support for community engagement. In order for community engagement to become institutionalized, the institution must provide substantial resources, support, and muscle toward the effort. The component, coordinating entity, the policy-making entity, staffing, funding, administrative support, departmental support, evaluation, and assessment. So this is my presentation. Thank you for listening. I hope community engagement must be practiced in our institution. Thank you for listening. Ma'am,
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for sharing your valuable presentation with our participants. And we will come back with you in our Q&A session after the quiz competition. So, sir, please stay with us. Thank you, sir. Okay, dear participants, it's time for quiz. So get ready for our next session, that is quiz competition. So meantime, you can tag, share, and mention your friends in our comment box. Okay, so after this short video, we will start our quiz. Get ready. So once again, welcome everyone in our quiz competition. Okay, you can see the join link in our comment box, or you can directly go to www.slido.com and today's quiz code is QuizIGP. Okay, so before joining, please put your full name because it will be printed in the quiz winner certificates. And today, top 10 will be awarded with quiz completion certificates. And right now we have 39 participants who have already joined in this quiz. So we are waiting for more participants. Thank you, ma'am, January Cindy, for joining in our quiz. Okay, thank you, ma'am, Janeline. We have Sir Alex Alvarez, then we have Sir Jeffrey. Okay, ma'am, Genoida, ma'am, Janeline, ma'am, Carmela, ma'am, Camille, ma'am, Canissa, ma'am, Charlie Ann. Okay, yeah, right now, ma'am, Jigme, ma'am, Nika, Jane Javier. Thank you, everyone. Right now we have 50 participants who have joined. Okay, so we will start our quiz within a minute. Okay, so let's start it. So here is our first question. Community Engagement Day will help me develop the following skills: critical thinking, communication, teamwork, and leadership skills are problem solving, work ethic, giving orders, and collaboration skills. So you have last 6 seconds left to choose your option. Okay, so let's see the right answer. 89% choose option number one and 11% choose option number two. So the right answer is option number one, and 89% of participants answered correctly. Let's see our leaderboard. Okay, we have right now Ma'am January Cindy leading on top. The first round, following on Tenjin Janmo, following Nambozi to your source, then we have Jig Midori, and finally Nam Sonam Action. So congratulations, those answered correctly. Okay, alright, so moving to next question, question number two. When is Community Engagement Week? October 3rd, October 8th, or September 27th, and October 1st? Okay, so the correct answer is option number two, September 27th to October 1st. And 40% of our participants get the correct answer. In this round, we have Mountain Jin Jangmo leading on top, following Nam Jory and following Nam Kenisa. Then we have Sir Napoleon, Vitor Solino, and finally Nam Music Source. Okay, let's see the next question. Question number three. How do we increase family and community engagement? Option number one, create a customer service oriented culture. Or option number two, feed them. So 98% choose option number one and only 2% choose two. So let's see the right answer. And 98% of our participants, you are correct. Okay, here's our leaderboard. Again, we have Namtan Zinjan leading on top, following Manjori, and we have Sir Napoleon, Peter Solino, then we have Nambozi Diosos, and Nam Kenisa Barrel. Okay, so let's see the next question, question number four. Which organizations participate in civic engagement? Option number one, National Council of Negro Women. Or option number two, American Heart Association. And the correct answer is National Council of Negro Women. 71% of our participants picked the correct answer. Yes, again, we have Tenzin Janmo plays first position, following Jorian, following San Napoleon, Vitor Solino. We have Sergio Labernosser and Mary and Fidel Cruz. Okay, everyone, moving to next question. Question number five. So it's true false. The vital role of extension services is the internationalization of teaching and research. So is this true or false? Okay, so let's see the right answer, and the right answer is true. 92% of our participants answer correctly. So we have Tenzin Jammu, Pauline Manjorian, Pauline San Peter Salino. We have Sergio Labernoso and Mary and Peter. Okay, here is our next question. Civic engagement allows all citizens to be active participants in improving in their communities. So option number two or option number two is false. The right answer is true. 100% of our participants got the correct answer. So congratulations everyone. We have in this round Jory and Nakua campuses. Following them, Tenzin Janmo, following some Golden Bitter Salino, then we have Mary and Vidal Cruz and Sergio Lorenzo. So congratulations once again. Let's see the next question. Question number 7. Leaders cultivate an inclusive, caring, and supportive school community. Which standard reflects this? Option number 1, community of care and support for students, and option number 2, equity and cultural responsiveness. Okay, so the time is up, and the correct answer is option number 1. 67% of our participants choose community of care and support for students. You are correct. Again, we have Tenzin Jangmo, following Jorian Nakura, Sir Napoleon, following Marianne, and Sergio Roberto. Okay, so let's see the next question. Question number 8. Infuse the school's learning environment with the cultures and languages of the school's community is option number 1, mission, vision, and core values, and option number 2, community of care and support for students. And 15% choose option number 2, 85% choose option number 1. The correct answer is option number 1. Sorry, option number 2. And 15% of our participants are correct. So the correct answer is community of care and support for students. Okay, in this round we have again Tanzanian leading on top, following Nigerian, Nakua, Cabasas, Valencia Napoleon, Bitter Salino, then Marian, Videla Cruz, and Jacqueline Bessa. Okay, so we have lost 2 more questions. Let's see the next question, question number 9. Which television broadcasts do not display or promote civic engagement? CNN or TNT? And the right answer is option number 2, that is TNT, and 85% of our participants are correct. Okay, okay, there is no change in leaderboard. Again, we have Tenzin Jammo, following Jory and Nakura, following Napoleon Bitter Salino, we have Jacqueline Bassa, and Marian Pitana. So congratulations, those answered correctly. Let's see the last question, question number 10. In the principles of community development, the core level includes the principles of local governance, gender awareness, and sustainability. So is it true or false? Is this true or false? Oh my goodness, the right answer is false, and no one is able to answer correctly. Okay, so congratulations, Tenzin Jangmo, following Namjori and Kabasas placed second. We have San Napoleon Victor Selena placed third. We have Ma'am Jacqueline Bessa placed fourth, and we have Ma'am Marian Pidala Cruz placed fifth. Let's see the next name. Okay, then we have Sergio Labernoso plus 6, Ma'am Gemily, T. Igor plus 7, Ma'am Marcian Rose plus 8, and Maria Cherry S. Galover plus 9, and Ma'am Eva Dalafus plus 10. Okay, so congratulations to our top 10 winners. Okay, thank you for your participations, everyone. And congratulations again to our top 10 winners. So you'll get your winner certificates on the Facebook official page after the program. It will be posted. Okay. And now we are moving to our next session, that is QA. And we'll come back with our honorable speakers. So get ready, dear teachers, knowledge seekers, dear participants, with your question to ask our honorable speaker. So after the short video, we will come back. Don't forget to tag, share, and mention your friends also. Thank you. Hello, sir. Welcome to our QA session. So, dear participants, please write down your question in our comment box, and we are waiting for your question. Okay. So here is our first question. It's from Ma'am Jacqueline Bessa. The question is, what makes community engagement successful, sir? Can you hear me, sir? Sir, if you reconnect again, I think the problem will be resolved, sir. Hello, sir. Sir, if you rejoin again. Okay. Okay, so we are waiting for our little bit for our speaker. Okay, so can you hear me,
Hello,
sir?
ma'am.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, for joining. So here is your first question. The question is from Ma'am Jacqueline Bessa.
Okay, I hear you, ma'am. So the question is, what?
So the question is, what makes community?
So the question, ma'am, is what makes
Yes, sir.
community
Yes,
engagement
sir.
successful? Okay, to make the community engagement successful, we have to consider the partner communities as our stakeholders.
Sir, we cannot hear you again.
So again, to make community engagement successful, we have to consider the partner communities as our stakeholders, and we must include not only the teaching but also we must include the non-teaching personnel so that they are the important stakeholders in our community engagement effort. That is,
Thank you,
ma'am.
sir. Thank you, sir. So the next question is from Gregory. Okay. Any program or programs that will engage community involvement to the school?
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Sir, can you hear me? Okay, so we are waiting for our speaker because of technical problem. He is disconnected again. Okay, we are still waiting for our speaker. So if you couldn't join, then we'll go to our certification process. thank you, sir, for joining. So here is your next question. It's from
Sorry, I lost my connection again.
Rigi. It's okay, sir.
Any programs that will engage community involvement to the school. So actually, in terms of the program or the programs that will engage community involvement to the school, will depend on the ability of the community, of the resources they you can utilize, and for the participation of the partner communities. And aside from that, the need, you have to conduct a training needs assessment for you to be able to get the needs of the school in terms of catering the different program or programs or school.
Sir, thank you. And next question is from Sir Kevin. What is the main purpose of community engagement, sir? Can you hear me, sir? Hello, sir. Again, he is disconnected. Okay, so we are moving to our certification process. And today's program name is Community Engagement. The code is IGP. Okay, 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 sir. Thank you, sir, for coming.
Sorry,
Okay,
the connection
so
is not
it's
functioning.
okay, sir.
Sorry.
Okay, so it's okay, sir. So we are taking the question, last question from uh, Ma'am Faya Angelina. Hi, sir. Gregorio, what programs or activities of community engagement are applicable in distance learning? Can you hear me, sir? Again, there's a technical problem happening. Okay, so here is our certification process. Today's program name is Community Engagement. The code is IGP 6119. Let me tell you once again. The code is IGP 6919. And without this code, no one is eligible for certificates. And with code, you can claim your certificate anytime, or you can visit our website. Our website address is www.eduigp.com. So visit our website and collect your certificate. And don't forget to share your happiness and don't forget to celebrate with IGP. So once again, thank you everyone for joining with us right now in our live session. And our quiz winners will get your winner certificates from our Facebook official page. So dear participants, thank you for your cooperation and your attachment. And I'm inviting you to all of you to our evening session. So don't miss it. Once again, everyone, keep safe, keep healthy wherever you are. And Nasrin from Bangladesh signing off right now. Thank you.